Good day. How are you today? There's so much that we could talk about. So much awful things going on. Of course, last week we had the horrible act by our United States House of Representatives by voting in a repeal of the Affordable Care Act, which is just horrendous and was nothing more than really an act of racism, an act to destroy the signature legislation of the previous president. But rather than dwell on the negative, let's dwell for right now on some of the positive things. It's so easy to get caught up in what's happening in Washington and the awfulness and the things that are being said, the actions that are being taken. But I think if we look throughout this country and really throughout the world, there's just so much more positive that going on that it certainly does outweigh the negative. We have people working on alternative energy sources. I think in the next 5 years, certainly within the next 10 years, fossil fuels are going to be almost a thing of the past. I mean, we talk about the coal industry. The coal industry is not coming back. It's just not feasible for it to come back. Our dependence on oil is becoming less and less. We see the development of electric cars. We're seeing more wind energy. We're going to see more solar energy. We have people working on ways of purifying water that we can get to remote places in the jungle and in desolate places, both in this country and in foreign countries. We're going to have the Flint, Michigans of the world are not going to exist anymore because we're going to have the technology that we're not going to have to rely on these outdated pipes and infrastructure that we now have. I think mass transit is going to become much, much better than what it is. We just have so many good things going on. We have, for example, Bill Gates using his fortune of eradicating diseases throughout this world. We have Warren Buffett, who has pledged his mass fortune after his death to the betterment of the world. And let's not forget that while Donald Trump and while we look at all the white men that are in the Congress and are making these rules, understand that the world is still changing. And this is but their last gasp, if you will, at glory, because the demographics just are not with them. Brown people, yellow people, people of all colors are slowly outnumbering those who are white. And so in 5 or 10 years, these people will be on the outside looking in and wondering what happened. Why aren't they caring better for us? So I think that we just have to remember that as much as we may not like this administration, this too shall pass. This is not the be-all, end-all, and we'll get through this. We already see that we are the ones who are winning. It's not the administration. We're fighting them on their immigration ban. We're fighting them. This healthcare reform will not go through as it is. We're going to win on that. We're going to win on religious liberty. We're going to win. We're going to win. Donald Trump said that we're going to start winning so much that we're going to get sick of winning. Well, that's very true. The thing is, he's going to be the one losing because we, the people, are winning. We, the people, are rising up. We, the people, will vote these people out of the office and put people in office who do care and who will do what is necessary for the betterment of the country and not just to line their own pockets. It's shameful, shameful what's going on in Washington. And I look at Speaker Wyden and I just wonder, how do you face your children? What are your children going to think of you in 20 years when they read about the despicable thing that you did? That you had an opportunity to really make a signature mark on this country, and you chose to abdicate. We will have single-payer health care because it just has to be. Because we cannot sustain the system that we now have. We cannot have a bunch of white men sitting in smoke-filled rooms deciding whether we get treatment or whether we not get treatment. That just will not continue to happen. So there's going to be a revolution in this country. It may not be one where we take up arms. It may not be one where we lose lives, but we already see the see the beginnings of. We see more protests now than there have ever been. Mass protests almost every week. From the women protesting in January to those protesting on climate change last month. Next month, it'll be the LGBT community in Washington holding a big, massive march. We are not going to let these people win because they are not America. We are America. And we will continue to be America, and we will continue to fight for the ideals that our forefathers put forth. Ideals that they could not even fulfill, but we will fulfill that dream. We will not let somebody take that dream from us. Because this is our country. We claim it. We live here, and we are the future.